US for my MBA that I graduated in 2007. And it was in a school which is not anymore a partner of CEFAM because this is called Old Dominion University. It's located in Norfolk, Virginia. So I guess most of you never heard about it because I think it's not a partner for about 5 years now. The reason why I decided to go for my MBA over there was because I was really interested in operations management, logistics, port and maritime management. And it was one of the only schools in the US which was offering an MBA with a concentration in this field. So I went there. I finally got a general MBA because I changed my mind while I was on the route to get the MBA. But it was really an interesting experience because I don't know if some of you already went to Virginia, but this is a really nice state. The people are really welcoming, and this is what I really call a true America in the sense that it is one of the first states where the British got a long time ago, so it's still kind of keeping a British spirit and the fact, if I can say, to be willing to conquer a new territory. So today I'm here because I co-founded 2 startups. One was about 1 year ago, the second one was about 3 months ago. And we are doing kind of a tour of France. We are visiting some universities, business schools, high schools, because we want to share about entrepreneurship, because we believe that today, especially in France, the climate is not really welcoming for entrepreneurs, and this is kind of a shame because there is a lot of potential in this country, and we really want to share this entrepreneurship spirit because we believe that what we see in newspapers, what we can see at TVs, is not really the truth in the sense that most of the time when you read an article about some successful entrepreneurs, it looks like it was very easy for them. They just went to an incubator and they rose 200,000 euros here, 2,000 euros there. And actually this is not that easy. But the good thing is that entrepreneurship is very interesting. And I don't know if some of you already have a will to become entrepreneurs? No? You all want to work for a company? You don't want to create your own company? Who wants to be an entrepreneur here? Yes? What do you want to do?
I don't know yet, but I think it's one of our major goals to have our own company and create a concept or something like that.
Okay, great. That's great. When I was in CEFAM, about 80% of the students didn't want to be entrepreneurs. They wanted to work for a big group, for a big company. And I was one of them. As I will explain you during the presentation, I didn't really want to be an entrepreneur. I really wanted to enter a big company and to be an executive in this company, to become a manager there, but I didn't have this wish to create my own company and to have all the responsibilities of being an entrepreneur. So it's good. It's good if most of you already want to go in this field. It means that the mentalities are changing, and this is, I think, a really great thing. So during this presentation, I will mainly talk to you about the mistakes we did on our first startup, which is called Bubbles Connect, which is a recruitment website of a new kind. I will tell you more about a little bit later. So we did a lot of mistakes on this startup that we didn't do on the second one, Lister, and this is the reason why I really wanted to share with you, because I remember when I used to be at CEFAM, sometimes we had some entrepreneurs coming to talk to us about their experience, but there were already successful entrepreneurs who already met the success 20 years ago. And sometimes the human mind is kind of funny because you tend to forget the bad things and to remember only the good things. And I think entrepreneurship is both good. There are both good and bad things. And when you are in the process of making it, your brain your spirit is much more objective, if I can say, because you are remembering the good thing and the bad thing because they are just happening right now. So it's very easy to be more objective about the facts. So first, I would like to ask you if you know the difference between an entrepreneur and a manager. What's the main difference between an entrepreneur and a manager? Yes?
Responsibilities and hierarchies.
Okay. When it comes to ownership, what's the main difference between the entrepreneur and the manager? Do you think that yes?
The entrepreneur owns everything, while the manager owns like only part of it.
Okay, so yeah, actually, let's say that the entrepreneur owns all the shares, or at least a big part of the shares of the company, where the manager is, let's say, an employee. Okay, the CEO of Carrefour, for example, is a manager. He's not an entrepreneur. He didn't create Carrefour. It's not his company. He has been hired by the board of directors to manage the company. He's getting a salary at the end of each month. He might get some stock option. He might get some stocks, but he's not the founder of the company. Okay. The entrepreneurs on the other side is going to be the guy who created the company. If we compare Carrefour and Auchan, for example, the people who created Auchan are entrepreneurs because this is their own company. The company, moreover, is not traded on the public stock exchange, which means that the shares of the company are really owned by the family. So the main difference between an entrepreneur and a manager is the fact that the entrepreneur is going to own most of the shares, or at least a big part of the shares of the company, where the manager is just going to be an employee who has been hired by the board of directors to manage the company for them. So you have let's say that you have three kinds of entrepreneurs. You have the one who are buying back an existing company. You have the one who are creating a company from scratch, but in a field which is well known. For example, tomorrow you can create a company in the food industry. I mean, this is not an innovative field. This is something already existing, but you are going to create a company from scratch. And you have the third kind of entrepreneurs, who are going to build a product in a field which doesn't exist yet. A good example is Mark Zuckerberg with Facebook. Even if he didn't invent social networks, when he created Facebook in 2004, it was one of the first big social networks on the field. Okay, and in addition of that, he has been changing the way social networks were working at that time. In 1997, there was already a big a social network which was alive. It was called 6 Degrees, and the company didn't work at all because they were too early on the market. The people were not ready for social networks at that time. Then you've got MySpace, which didn't really work that well, and then you've got Facebook, which made a blast on the market in the field of social networks. So let's say that the innovative entrepreneur is going to be the one who's going to create a product in a field which doesn't exist yet. And this is about this part that I'm going to talk to you today, because it is exactly what we did with Bubbles Connect and a little bit with Oaklister, but more with Bubbles Connect. So, why do you think that some people want to become entrepreneurs? You told me that yes, you want to be an entrepreneur. Why? What is your main motivation? Why do you want to be an entrepreneur and not to be working for a big company?
Because you manage your time, you manage your employees, and if you've got an idea, I don't have it yet, but if you have an idea, it's interesting to I don't know, to improve it and to develop this idea in order to reach some goals. And
yes, yeah.
It's very interesting.
Actually, I think there has many reasons that they are entrepreneurs. I think that all the reasons which can push someone to become entrepreneurs are going to be very personal. They are going to be either because you always wanted to be an entrepreneur. Some people at age 6, they already want to be entrepreneurs. And some of them are going to be entrepreneurs because life is going to drive them to this wish to become entrepreneur. I think the main reason why someone wants to become an entrepreneur is because, you're right, I think this is the main reason is because they want to be their own boss. They want to be mastering their destiny. They don't want to be under the hierarchy of someone who is going to tell them what to do, how to do it, when to do it, and all these things. I think the key word in entrepreneurship is freedom. You want to be your own boss and you want to be mastering your fate. So the second thing which is interesting in my mind is the fact that when you're an entrepreneur, your goal is to solve a problem that you have or a problem that the people around you have, okay? And if you feel that there is a problem which is not solved around you, maybe you will want to solve this problem by offering a solution. The question then is this solution viable in the long term? Is it sustainable? Are you going to be able to make money out of it, to be able to pay yourself a salary and to pay your employees and to generate a value added for the society in general around you?